the end of the year, you sometimes look back at the events that touch your heart, the events that brought a tear, the events that made you go, yes. And there were so many because cricket is a sport that only gives, that just gives and gives. At the end of the year, it doesn't pause. It just continues to give at the start of the next year. It's a blessing to be in this game. And so out of all the many events, it is becoming very difficult. So I said, we are an India-centric channel. So we look at the top 10 events involving Indian players and Indian cricket from 2025. It's a fun exercise. Absolutely certain you won't agree with me, but that's part of the fun, isn't it? So let's get going. What was number 10 on my list? We'll build up from 10 to 1. Part of the reason also is that I hope you'll stay with me till the end of this blog to see what was number 1. So here's number 10. Morning of the 5th of January in Sydney, India are 145 ahead in a very low-scoring game, 6 wickets in hand. The series is 2-1 to Australia. If India can make it 2-2, it'll be a phenomenal result. And there's one man there who's taken over 30 wickets at 13, and the batters in the opposition are openly saying they've been Bumrah. But he's had a huge workload in the previous test match at the MCG, and as day 3 beckons, Jasprit Bumrah is unavailable to bowl. Australia win the test match and go 3-1 ahead, and we're left thinking what might have been. That's the way it goes sometimes. If your back backs up, your back backs up. So that was number 10. Number 9 on my list, a matter of great concern, something that's been debated a great deal. I've talked about it a great deal on this channel as well. Losing 0-2 to South Africa in test matches to go with losing 0-3 to New Zealand last year. So that was number 9 on my list. I can already have you think, gee, 10 and 9, what's coming? So let's go to number 8. It was a privilege watching Shubman Gill play in England. He made 754 runs. He was a young captain. He was coming to terms with playing at number 4, and he had a standout here. To watch Shubman Gill in England was to see the coming of age of a player we always knew was going to, but this was the moment in test match cricket. So that was number 8 for me. Can you imagine there's 7 others? So let's head off to number 7. Number 7 for me was the Asia Cup. India won it, yes, but there was far too much posturing. There were political statements made, warlike gestures made. It's not my game. My game is happy, generous, wow, exciting. And it wasn't that at the Asia Cup. So I'm going to remember the Asia Cup as a coming of age of Tilak Varma and that finish from Rinku Singh and that 1 ball, 1 or 2 balls that he had, whatever. So that was number 7 for me. What it did, though, was highlight the dominance of India and white ball cricket in this part of the world. Number 6, sad and a time to say thank you. On the 7th of May and the 12th of May, first Rohit Sharma and then Virat Kohli. I did it my way, he said in his post. That beautiful song from Sinatra. Kohli did it his way. And Kohli saying goodbye was an event that somewhere you knew was coming. But when it did, it filled you with sadness. You're thinking, gee, that was number 6. Where are we going with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? So here we go. Number 5 on my list. Virat Kohli still there. RCB winning the IPL after 18 years. Virat Kohli from the front, 650 runs, but so many other players participating. Finally, RCB getting right. Lots of contributions all along on the way. Fantastic off-field preparation matched by great on-field performances on it. And I know that RCB fans tend to polarize emotions, but I think this was a moment for everybody to come together and say, well played, RCB. Sadly, very sadly, a day later, we had the stampede. RCB's moment of joy came with RCB's moment of grief. It was a pity. There should have been a great celebration for RCB winning that IPL after 18 years. Okay, then let's head on. Number 4, the Champions Trophy. And the reason I've got it as high as number 4 and above the Asia Cup was because every team in the world was involved, and India once again went through a world tournament with the best teams in the world. India went through unbeaten. It made it 23 wins out of 24 completed games in ICC events. Now you add the 2 Asia Cups to that, and India had 34 wins out of 36 completed games. Let that sink in softly, in your face, whatever, doesn't matter. 34 wins out of 36. I loved the manner in which India played at the Champions Trophy and the fact that the two big guns, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, said, we never went anywhere. We are still here. They were to say that as the year went along, too. I mean, the performances from Rohit Sharma at Sydney, Virat Kohli at Ranchi. The reason I don't have that is I didn't want to have a sense of finality to those two names in ODI cricket. There's a lot more coming. Number 3 was a moment of sheer emotion. England are 2-1 ahead. Well placed to take the series 3-1. Overnight, there's a glimmer of hope, but England still start day 5 of that day, the 4th of August, in pole position. Then Prasidh Krishna, we've talked about Prasidh Krishna for so long, finally says, I'm here. But the man who'd been running in all season, the man who had the heart of a tanker, the man who never gave up, bowled a Yorker at 143 kilometers an hour to Gus Atkinson, and India drew the series at the Oval. And I think grown men had tears of the sheer emotion surrounding it all. Mohammad Siraj's Yorker to Gus Atkinson comes in at number 3. There are 2 other moments, and I think we need to have what my great hero Amin Sayani used to call the Bigul on the Binaka Geet Mala. The Bigul for the top 2 moments of the year, because these 2 came from our women. At number 2 on my list is Harmanpreet Kaur taking the catch that symbolized that India had won the World Cup. India had waited so long for it. It was symbolic that Harmanpreet Kaur took the catch, in many ways similar to the Kapil Dev catch of Viv Richards, right? This wasn't as difficult, but it was just so symbolic, so touching that India had won a World Cup. Everybody in India was watching. Everybody came in that moment. And I just thought it was beautiful. I was sitting at home and I was jumping around as Harman took that catch. But why is it number 2? Because had it not been for number 1, India would not have been there. Every time India had hope, there was Australia, this evil team that stood in the way and said, you will not move fast. They put up a huge score in that semi-final. India's hopes were draining, rising and draining, rising and draining. And one of the great hundreds scored by an Indian, man or woman, came from Jamima Rodriguez, who got that 100 and took India to the final. And that, for me, that whole drama around it, and then eventually Amanjot coming and scoring the runs, but Harmanpreet getting the runs, that dismissal of Smriti earlier on, it was just so emotional and so beautiful in the end that was my number 1 event of the year. How would you have done it? I thought at great length about interchanging 2 and 1. I just thought the sheer drama of beating Australia in that semi-final, so reminiscent of Harmanpreet's 171 in 2017. That was my choice. You could do 2 things from here. You could make your own list of 10, or you could say, okay, here's my 10. What is the order I would have it in? And you'll see how personal choices, the way you look at the game, all that come into it. Thank you. Have a great year.
So thank you for watching and do subscribe to this channel.